In 1957, one man stood before a crowd and declared that Africa would never be the same again. He was born in a small fishing village with no electricity, no running water, and no guarantee of tomorrow. And yet, he changed the entire continent forever. His name was Kwame Nkrumah, and when you look at the numbers behind his life, everything makes perfect sense. Welcome to Birth Frequency, where we decode the hidden numerical blueprint behind Africa's greatest figures. Today, we go deep into the life, the mission, and the frequency of the man who gave Africa its first taste of true freedom, Kwame Nkrumah. Born September 21st, 1909, in the village of Nkrumah, Gold Coast, the country we now know as Ghana. Let's decode him. Before we get into the numbers, understand who this man was. His father was a goldsmith, his mother a retail trader. Ordinary people, a humble home. He showed an early thirst for education that his mother strongly encouraged. He eventually pursued higher education in the United States, entering Lincoln University in Pennsylvania in 1935, and after graduating in 1939, obtained master's degrees from both Lincoln and the University of Pennsylvania. A boy from a fishing village who taught himself to become one of the most educated political minds Africa has ever produced. That hunger, that refusal to stay small, was written into his frequency from birth. Birth frequency. He was born on the 21st. 2 + 1 = 3. The number 3 is the number of the communicator, the orator, the visionary who takes complex truth and makes ordinary people feel it in their chest. This explains everything about Nkrumah. He didn't just speak, he moved entire nations. He didn't just write, he shifted the consciousness of a continent. Number 3 people are gifted with the ability to inspire mass action through language alone. And Nkrumah used that gift to dismantle colonial power structures that had stood for over a century. Now let's calculate his life path. September is the 9th month. He was born in 1909. 2 + 1 + 9 + 1 + 9 + 0 + 9 = 31. 3 + 1 = 4. Life path 4, the builder and the architect. Here is where it gets extraordinary. 4 is the number of foundations, systems, structures built to last generations. People with life path 4 are not dreamers who float away. They are builders who plant things so deep into the earth that generations after them still benefit. As Prime Minister, Nkrumah built new roads, sewer systems, schools, and harbors across Ghana. He was constructing the physical and political foundation of a liberated Africa. That is pure life path 4 energy. Now his full name, Kwame Nkrumah. K = 2, W = 5, A = 1, M = 4, E = 5, which is 17. N = 5, K = 2, R = 9, U = 3, M = 4, A = 1, H = 8, which is 32. 17 + 32 = 49. 4 + 9 = 13. 1 + 3 = 4. His expression number is also 4. When your life path and expression number match, that is called a double confirmation. It means the soul's purpose and the personality's natural expression are completely aligned. Nkrumah was built, inside and out, to construct something permanent for Africa. Now let's put the numbers into historical context. When Ghana gained independence in 1957, the population was approximately 6 million people. Ghana became the first African country south of the Sahara to achieve independence from colonial rule, and more than 30 other African countries, inspired by Ghana's example, followed suit and declared their own independence within the next decade. One man, 6 million people, 30 nations inspired. That is what a Life Path 4 builder looks like when fully activated. Nkrumah was also instrumental in the formation of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, his dream of a unified continent taking institutional form. But here is what the history books miss. Nkrumah was baptized a Roman Catholic and spent 9 years at a Roman Catholic elementary school. He understood that spiritual language moves people in ways that political language cannot. His famous declaration, "Ghana is free forever," was not just political. It was a spiritual pronouncement over a people who had been told for generations that they were less than. September 21st also places him under Virgo, the sign of service, precision, and dedication to something higher than personal gain. Virgo energy doesn't seek glory, it seeks to serve. Nkrumah gave up personal safety, personal comfort, and ultimately his own presidency in service to a vision the world was not yet ready for. And this is where the frequency story gets dark. In 1966, Nkrumah was overthrown by a military coup while abroad on a diplomatic mission. He had become increasingly autocratic, authorizing indefinite detention of political opponents and taking control of the judiciary. The coup removed him from the country he had liberated. He died in 1972 from prostate cancer, having flown to Romania for medical treatment, and was thereafter buried in Ghana. He never returned to lead his nation again. But here is what they miscalculated. You cannot coup a frequency. You cannot exile an idea whose time has come. Nkrumah's famous declaration, "Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent," still echoes across Africa today. His books are still read. His vision of a united Africa is still debated in parliaments across the continent. That is what Life Path 4 builds. Not monuments that crumble, but foundations that outlast the builder. Kwame Nkrumah, born September 21st, 1909, died April 27th, 1972. Birthday 3, the voice that moved millions. Life Path 4, the builder of foundations. Expression 4, completely aligned with his purpose. Virgo, the servant of something greater than himself. A boy from a fishing village who woke up an entire continent. This is both frequency, and Africa's story is just getting started. Subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and drop in the comments, which African leader do you want decoded next? See you in episode 3.